there. How you doing? And while we're waiting for folks to join in, I will go ahead and plug a couple of classes. I've got a couple of brand new classes that are live at ColorSparx right now. This is a hydrangea watercolor painting, and this is a topiary, a hibiscus topiary. And these are two classes. I have not given the classes yet, but the kits are available. There's a hydrangea and a topiary. And it's a pretty cool kit. It comes with the slimline stencil. It comes with your medium, like this one comes with white pearl. This one comes with champagne gold stencil butter. You will need to get the ColorSparx separately. This one has alpine in it. This one has sunsplash. And all that information is on the website, but there's a hibiscus class and a topiary class, or a hydrangea class. So those are really nice classes, and I will update with the class date as soon as I get everything shipped out, all the kits, because and the kits come with like a stencil, a paintbrush, a palette knife, your medium, and your surfaces. And you'll actually have enough to make 3 of those boards. It's a slimline board that I did them on, and so it's almost like a watercolor painting. It's really kind of it's a nice class. Now I wanted to hop in with my art journal tonight. Here's a page that or a layout that we just did in my class. Of a class that meets every Monday, and I think we've had 6 or 7 meetings so far, and pretty much the live classes are going to be finished in there at the end of July. But you can still take that class. Like I said, I think there are 6 or 7 hours of class video in there, and to join that class, all you really need to do is sorry, my dog's drinking the stencil water, is find the mixed media journal kit on ColorSparx.com. Hey buddy, stop that. And when you get the journal kit, I think it's only $20, so it's not like a big deal. You get access to the Facebook group, and you can take the class with me. Well, give me a hug. Yes, good boy. So that's kind of fun too. But and that kit includes your cover. It includes your paper, which is a really heavy-duty watercolor paper, and a needle and thread to sew the book together. And then you get all the hours of class time to go with it. But it's been really fun so far. I'm going to turn my camera down so you can kind of see what we've been doing up until now. And there, now my iPad shows that I'm live, finally. But I just have really bad reception on this, and I should probably just give up on it. I'm going to turn my camera down now so you can see what we've been working on in art journal class. And I would really recommend doing this because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I also have another announcement. I'm going to be going live on Saturday, this coming Saturday, at about noon. Oh yay, somebody from Corydon, Indiana. It's a pretty town. I'm going to go live on Saturday about noon here with a couple little crafty things to play with. And I'm going to have some live classes, some brand new classes that will be on the website on Saturday. And one's going to be a color theory class, and that we'll meet once on that. It will be online. And then the next thing that's new, I'm going to sell a month worth of art lessons where for $24.99 we will meet once a week, and it's probably going to be like on a Monday night during the month of July, and I'll share kind of the things we've been doing, similar things like we've been doing in our art journal class, there'll be demos and little projects that will kind of inspire you and like prompt your mojo. So we might start with some prompts or something like that. But I'll announce that Saturday. I don't have the details all worked out, but I think it'll be fun. And we'll do a month-long series for the month of July. Basically, it'll be kind of like a little subscription. Here's what we've been doing in journal class thus far. Some of the layouts are turning out really, really nice. And I just worked on this, well, not this one. And this is great. This is a ColorSparx watercolor underneath a layer of tissue paper that's got a design stenciled on it with black ink. This is a lot of fun to do. Here's a watercolor wash, and I'm having a lot of trouble actually putting something on this, because to me, like, this wash is just so pretty and it looks so pastoral that I don't think it needs anything else, and anything else I put on it is basically in my mind gonna like mess it up, and I don't want to do that. But because it's just like so calming, like it is now. This was what we worked on last week. This is a collage layout. It's tremendously fun to do. We actually cut up a bunch of pieces that I'd made from gel prints, and everybody's probably got some gel prints laying around, and put that on top of a layout background. It was really, really nice. So we still have lots of pages to work on in our art journal class. If you want to join in on that, all of the lessons are online, and we'll probably still have a couple left. Because I plan on running that through the end of June, which is, I know it's like only a little bit away. But tonight, I want to work on this particular layout, and I like the way this looks, but I think it needs to kind of be like unified. And the way I'm going to unify this is to lay a stencil on top of it. And this is called Swoosh Splash, I think. You'll find it at canalivercrafts.com. And I brought this in kind of like not knowing exactly what I would do with it. And I always kind of keep telling myself, oh, it's just too modern for me to use. Like, it's kind of, it's kind of like really, really, I don't know, like, it's really kind of modern and kind of different than what I work on in some of my classes. But tonight I've got my courage up, and I want to, not that it takes a lot of courage, but I want to work with this a little bit. And I'm going to apply this shape in a black design over the background that's already there. So we'll have some very colorful borders behind some black shapes. And I'm excited about that. I think it's going to look really good. And I think that we're still going. I think that everything is cool with the broadcast. I'm just going to check one more time. Yeah, it looks like we're live. Oh, wow, Noreen, y'all had a fire in the wood stove. That's nice. Hey, Carol, how are you? Nice to see you here. Do me a favor, guys, if you will, like this video. And if you feel like it, share it. Because I love to get, I like to make more friends always. So I'm going to grab some gesso here. And I could use black paint. I could also use stencil butter. But I'm going to use gesso because I want my my outcome to be matte. Not shiny or glossy. I want it to be matte. And I'm going to grab a little bit of gesso in my big stencil brush. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to like get a lot of that paint off of this and work that color up into my brush. And then I'll start stenciling like that. I probably should have taped down my stencil, but you know, the thing about what I'm doing with my art journal is I am really just using this for self-care, and I'm not like being real critical on myself if I make a mistake or if something is amiss a little bit. I'm not being super critical of myself. I'm actually using my journal kind of as like unconstructed playtime to let my brain kind of rest and process the things that have gone on in the day. And that's a really good way to use your journal time, is as self-care. I know that I'm covering up a lot of pretty color, but I hope that this will be worth it when we see what's happening underneath here. Now I'm going to put my lid back on my gesso. I like black gesso. If you're working with stencil butters at all, the black gesso is so cool because everything just pops when you put down a layer of black gesso. So now I'm going to lift this up. Okay, now that is kind of like the vibe that I was hoping we'd get. And I really, really like it. Isn't that cool? I'm going to hit it with the heat tool. Now, what do you think about that? Do you like that? Is there a yay in the house or a nay in the house? I gotta look at it right side up. Okay, so I really like that. It's kind of dramatic. And for right now, like, I don't want to do anything else to this because I like the way it looks. I don't want to do one more thing to it at all because I really am comfortable with it. Let's see, what else could we do? You know, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to put some layers of white gesso on this layout. I don't want to cover up all of that great color, but at the same time, like, it would be kind of nice to have. I really hate to do that though. I just love all that color. Maybe I'll just do it on this side. And I'm using a white gesso from the Crafter's Workshop. And what I'm going to do is like lay out a little bit of gesso to give myself a nice ground. And then we'll hit it with the brayer just to move it around a little bit. Don't judge me. My brayer had paint on it. It was kind of dried into place. Don't judge me. I wasn't really 100% in love with this side of it, so I'm not altogether sad to see this little part go. And gesso smells good. It smells like something, but I don't know what. I think I need to pull some bright colors in. Before I had some color there, but it was very, very muted. And I think I'm just going to fussy cut some shapes out. And fussy cut is not even going to be the right word. In fact, I'm probably just going to cut some random shapes out just to start layering on here. And I want to use some really, really bodacious color. I said bodacious. I have a whole stack of gel press pages here that I'm pulling from. And it's a fun thing to have by your desk if you haven't done this before, is have some pages already kind of printed up and ready to use, and you'll be surprised at all of the fun things you can do. Now I just cut a circle. I'm gonna transform this into a flower by just cutting out some petals. And if you didn't sign up for the art journaling class, I would recommend it because it's really fun. We do a lot of stuff like this. Just basically kind of let your creativity roll. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some flowers to go on this page. And then we're going to collage them on with gel medium, with matte gel medium. And I could have chosen some bigger scissors for this job, but these are what I had laying nearby, so these are the ones I'm using. Don't judge me. Fun, fun, fun. I love how, sorry, I got engrossed in the process there for a minute. And that's exactly what should happen when you're arting. I like how there are different lines and textures and patterns on each one of the flowers. It just makes for an interesting composition. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this and put another dot in the center there, because I think that will give us some nice. And even though these things seem to like not go together because we've repeated a pattern and color, they actually will coordinate and work together. Now we're going to do something fun. I'm going to cut some leaves. You know what? And since I've got some green over here, I think I want to use some of this watercolor green, and I'm going to cut some leaves. And I want to kind of simplify the process. So I cut basically a square, and I'm going to kind of fold it in half, and then just and if I want to make these a little bit fancy, I could cut a little bit of a triangle out of there, so that leaf will look maybe like a little, like ivy or something. Do the same thing. And all I'm doing is cutting a crescent. And then we're going to cut that little divot into there to make it look like a little hand or like a little ivy leaf. See how cool that is? And then I think I need to make some stems. And these stems are going to be basically like strips of this paper. But I don't want them to be even at all. I want them to be kind of like and I'm going to cut 5 of these. Now we're coming down to some fun stuff. I better like check to make sure that my camera is still on. And I know that it probably looks upside down to you, so you'll see it right side up in just a minute. Oh, cool. Well, Kelly, I love that you see all those different things in it. I'm going to scoot it down just a little bit so you can get a better, a bit of a better view on it. And then I think we're good. Okay, let's see here. All right, we're still live. So I'm going to grab some matte gel medium, and then I'm going to lay these off to the side, kind of like in the order that I have them. I think that one under there, and then that one under there. And then we're going to start laying out these really nice strips. And you could use a flat brush to apply this gel medium. I'm going to use a palette knife and a brayer. And what's nice about using this gel medium is you have a few minutes, or you have a second or two, I shouldn't say a few minutes, to kind of move your piece around if you're not exactly happy with where it landed. I'm going to just apply a thin layer with my palette knife to kind of make sure that those are in place before I start putting any flowers down. And also, since I'm putting some gel medium here, it's going to give my flowers something to stick to. And I can just go ahead and run the brayer over that. Uh-oh. Making sure to stay cautious because I have those little strips on there. And kind of a fun thing is happening. Some of the color from the ColorSparx on the gel printed paper is actually kind of moving around a little bit and informing or narrating our color story a bit. It's actually giving us some blue and green in the background. So I thought it would be kind of fun tonight to share a lesson like we've been doing in our art journal class over here on my regular page, in case anybody wants to join in and play along with the art journal. And like I said, I think it's about 6 or 7 hours of videos for $20, and you get an art journal with that too. One thing that is really fun about using this matte gel medium is when you put it down, your colors look kind of milky and it seems a little off, but then when it dries, they're almost glowy. That's a word I just made up, glowy. So you can kind of see how it looks milky when you put it down, but then whenever it dries, it becomes like really clear and is quite luminous. And another thing that we're going to do in the journal class before the end of the month is decorate the cover. And I've got some wild ideas to decorate the cover that will kind of incorporate. Some will incorporate some collage, and some will incorporate using stencil butter and stencils. Imagine that. Now, look how, isn't that nice? Now, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't really want to cover up all of that pretty color, and I like the pattern and everything there, so I might not do anything to it. I'm going to see if I can hit this for a second with the heat tool to kind of dry it. I'm just going to scrape off. I see there's some matte gel medium on my book cover. Now you can see as this starts to dry, the colors start to look more vibrant. And I know a lot of people would tell you not to use a heat tool to dry your paint like this. I'm being very careful and also letting my, you can see like keeping my heat tool moving around so it doesn't catch my paper on fire, and also so it kind of like disperses the heat evenly, so I don't have that heat all in one place. Now, before I do anything else though, I am going to let this cure overnight because I want to come back and do some outlining with a black pen So look how nice that's starting to look. But like I want to come back and do some outlining with some black pen. So we start picking up some of those details. And then we'll use a stencil to create some writing or some journaling in the background. So that's what I've got going on today. I'm going to see if I can turn this up and actually get into the frame. That's what I've got going on today. Just a little art journaling for Thursday night. Make sure to join me Saturday here at ColorSparx for at noon, around noon, for another hour of artsy inspiration. And at that time, I'm also going to have details on the July subscription, which will be 4 hours of art class. Also, I'll have a new kit available that will be a class on color theory. And who knows what else I'll have ready by then, but I'm sure there'll be a really nice and a cool way to spend what would otherwise be a very hot Saturday. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Make sure to like this, share it with your friends, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.